You do look better with the hair rollers out, eh?
Of course she does. She looks beautiful.
We're back with the Eco House team, Darren and Sharon Hunter. This week we tackle the hard stuff. Concrete. Hey guys, good to have you on board.
I didn't mean to, it just happened.
No, it's actually pretty interesting. But you guys are working quite coolly with the CCANZ, which is...
CCANZ, Cement and Concrete Association of New Zealand. They know anything and everything to do with concrete. And goodness me, God bless them, they put out these fabulous, I suppose, documentation really. Anything you want to know about concrete, they know about. So about insulation, what goes into the concrete, who deals with what in the concrete industry. Because concrete's not just about, you know, in the Eco House, working for us, you know, to retain the heat. It's about things like it's fire resistant, it's durable, so the maintenance isn't there. It's really quite a good product, you know.
I remember when I was young and Dad used to make the driveway, you'd mix a bit of this, a bit of that, and you'd, you know, put by hand. But look at it, we've got a colour palette of concrete.
That's
amazing.
It's far more complex now, but I think if we get straight into the flyby, and then we'll show how the concrete all works back into it.
Perfect, yep. We showed this image last week, but it's, it really does represent how the concrete works. The sun's shining into the property, and the sun has been, the energy from the sun has been trapped by the concrete. So we've got dark floors in the property to absorb that thermal heat.
And it's more apparent in the winter shot, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. The sun is, as you can see, is penetrating really deeply into the property.
So let's talk about the product itself. This is your standard concrete block, but it's got foam in the middle.
Well, this is the core sample from a panel that we're using on the Eco House. So the idea is that the massive concrete here is inside the property. Yeah. So when the log burn is going, or the heat's coming into the property from the sun, this soaks up the heat and retains it. Once the heat gets to this polystyrene piece here, it stops that heat from escaping back out to the outside of the house.
So there's two structural pieces of the concrete sandwiched between this foam block. Now, I can't understand. This is just nylon. Surely this just falls to bits.
Yeah. How does it not?
Believe it or not, it doesn't. There's quite a few of them in a panel, but it's made of a resin product, so it stops the cold air obviously transmitting through it. But ultimately, it's been heavily engineered, and believe me, the two layers don't fall apart.
And this system is called a Nirvana insulation panel. Yeah. Predominantly, concrete panels don't have any insulation in them, whereas this system, this is what gives the insulation.
This will stop the whole condensation. You know, obviously, when you have a damp wall or where there's moisture on the outside and cold, when you heat up the inside of concrete walls, traditionally you get condensation. Now, this won't happen, eh?
No, the polystyrene stops the cold air coming from the outside will get stopped by the polystyrene.
Such a contrast, something so soft.
I know.
That's something so hard.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. But, colour, come on.
Look at it. I like it.
Is this the only option we've got in terms of houses?
Well, when we talked about concrete last week, April sort of rolled her eyes a little bit.
I didn't.
Concrete is pretty exciting when you're talking about a colour palette with this many colours in it. So we've got, you know, white coloured concrete right through to a real dark grey concrete, which in our particular case, we're using this on the floor in the Eco House, so the sun will suck up into the concrete.
What's this?
That's a few wine bottles there, April. Someone's had a Chardonnay and we've crushed the bottle in a machine. That will end up inside the concrete.
Instead of the sand.
Yeah. It replaces the sand.
Sand is, you know, obviously glass made from sand.
Of course it is.
And look, we've got a couple of pictures of houses.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yep.
The effect, the glossy effect.
Now, Peter Fell, that have developed the colour, they've provided us with these photos. Yeah. The concrete floor has the colour in it. The two photos you saw of the outside were developed by Reids. Now, Reids developed this system, and you can't insulate a house without putting this type of product in the middle.
And it's covered with something, because like there's two coatings here. Now, what are they? Yeah,
the natural colour for the colour is in the middle. Yes. They've put two glazes on either side. So you've got a really intense glaze, which is the grey black, and then a more natural finish on the other side.
And that can go with any colour, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just changes it up.
Look at the palette. It's just brilliant.
So we've chosen the dark colour for the slab, but we've still got a few more colours.
So you could mix it up with different things, you know, like with your greens or whatever.
Some people also colour their walls too. So you don't just have to have you know your grey walls. You could colour your walls as well.
Do you love concrete?
I'm learning to like it a lot.
Oh, just checking.
Well, I think the technology is just allowing us to get a little bit more excited about a product that is readily used, and we're recycling with our sand, our glass.
I think that's clever.
And I mean, who would have thought?
I know.
It's fantastic.
Polystyrene.
It's going great guns, guys.
Yeah. Now, I think last week or the week before, I mentioned to my clients they had some homework to do.
Yes.
Well, we've actually got some homework for you this week. And
Oh my God, I like the way you do homework.
So you know that Martinborough is famous for its wine, of course, and predominantly Pinot Noir. So we've got some lovely Ata Rangi wines for both you and Josh to drink and bring back, and we'll get them crushed and put them into.
Oh, well, I'll take the red.
you take the red.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it's your guilt-free homework, guilt-free wine.
Well, you guys can come back anytime.
It's a no builds.
No bills and wine.
I do love this project. I love it. Stay with us anyway. Next week we're back on site, looking forward to just that, aren't we, Josh?
Yeah, that's our show today, so we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes, and just quickly, don't forget, if you wanted this Fable Land, which we had earlier on, April at choicetv.co.nz. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.